Hey everyone, welcome back. Chris here, and in this video, I'm going to be repainting a 1992 toy phaser for the next generation. It's going to go with my newly constructed Yesterday's Enterprise jumpsuit. It is for a convention next weekend in New Jersey. In this episode, every character, including the captain, was always packing heat with their phaser. Normally, I'm not a props guy. I don't make that many props or carry them around for that much. But in this particular instance, I wanted, a phaser to complement the look of this. But the toy phaser looked too much like a toy. And in this video, I'm going to repaint it and weather it a little bit and make sure it just looks a little less like one of those toys that you buy in a store. So let's get to it. Since this is a quick and simple modification to this phaser, I'm going to show you what I'm going to be using. This is some leftover spray paint I have from doing some other projects. There's a little bit left in here, so it should be more than enough to give a nice coat to this here. I believe it's the same paint I used to make this this case here. I like that color. I don't know how accurate it speaks to the show, but it looks a little bit more authentic than molded plastic, and I'm gonna go with that, and we'll see how that works. First, I'm gonna start by sanding down the surface to let the paint adhere just a little bit better. I'm using a 600 grit. I don't really want to see too many scratch lines. I'm not really going to go heavy with the paint, so I just want it to be able to stick just a little bit better. So it's a very just uneventful process. What I'm going to do is use this higher grit 220 to try to flatten out this seam line where the two plastic pieces join together. It's a much smoother transition between the two pieces. Like I said, I'm not trying to get too perfect with this. I'm going to go over it with the 600 to smooth over the rough scratches of the 220. Next up, I'm going to tape off all the areas that I don't want to be painted the new gray, which is pretty much all the black. I don't want to paint these. There's little stickers on there. The paint's not going to adhere very well, and I don't really care enough to remove them. This little detail, I'm going to keep that, this black piece with the buttons, and then this black accent piece, we're going to tape that off. And Alright, so now I'm on the final piece of the masking, this bottom piece here. As you can see, I've taped off everything I don't want to be painted. like I need to use another roll of tape. How well you tape things off is how well your paint job will be. I think I did about 7 out of 10 taping on this. If I wanted this to be prop display quality, I would have taken much more care. But like I said, it's just a toy prop that I'm trying to make look less like a toy. Last piece. All right. Looks pretty good. Next up, just do a couple quick coats of paint on this, and I'll probably let it dry overnight, and then I'll do some rub and buff detailing, as well as some model paint. Test this out, see how this looks. I might not use this. And then I have some black acrylic to cover up the red tip. Yeah. So I just added a few coats of the gray paint. I'm gonna let this dry overnight, and then for me it'll be a day, but for you, then we'll get to the exciting part of removing the masking, and then we'll go for finishing. And yeah, this is a pretty quick and easy upgrade. Paint came out pretty good. Still gotta dry. Probably shouldn't be in here with this. Probably let it breathe outdoors. All right, so it is the next day. The paint has completely dried. Looks pretty good. Now I'm going to remove all the masking, and we'll see how it looks from here. There you have it, fully repainted. Next I'm gonna paint up this here. Alright, so the next thing I'm gonna do is sand down this shiny red part here. I'm gonna hand paint that. So I painted the front tip, and I'm gonna let this dry a little bit. But I think we're pretty much there. I think I want to remove this this shiny piece for the button, and then maybe weather this a bit so it's not as pronounced. Other than that, I think this is pretty good. It looks a lot less like the toy that it came as. So I removed the metallic type of button sticker on there, and what I'm going to do now is I'm going to use some of this black acrylic and just kind of dull out this shiny red and much better there. We'll do the buttons as well. Just a little bit will do just fine. So I'm going to go over this bottom edge here, just to see how it looks. I'm just highlighting the edges with a little bit of rubber buff, like the smallest amount, because I don't want it to look too weathered, but I want it to give off that metal feel. Trying to just highlight the edges here, a little bit of the ribbing. I have barely any rubber buff on here, but it's just giving enough of that surface to just highlight it. I think that's pretty good. I'm very happy with that. So thanks for joining me. This turned out great. This was really quick and easy. One layer of paint, some weathering, hand painting, and it looks so much better. I'm very pleased. It's going to go right here on the outfit, or somewhere around there. But turned out great. Doesn't look as much like one of those toys anymore, and couldn't be more happy. If you like this video, be sure to join, subscribe, comment with any of your personal builds or upgrades or anything that you might want to see me do. Thanks again. Catch you on the flip side.